Hello, and welcome to Walking with Jesus. Today, I'm outside enjoying the beauty of God's creation, and as I am out here hearing the birds and an occasional rooster, which you may get to hear, we are looking at the Gospel of Luke, and we're in chapter 20, verses 9 and following. This passage is one of the ones that Jesus becomes really clear in speaking a parable against the Pharisees, the religious leaders who refuse to accept his position, who he is as a Messiah. Remember yesterday, they were questioning him on what authority he was doing the things that he was doing, and they would not answer the question about, where did John's authority came from? So he said, well, I'm not going to tell you where mine comes from. And so today, immediately following that, he began to tell the people this parable. And he's telling this parable in the context of being in the temple precincts, talking to the people, being questioned and challenged by the religious leaders of his day. And so he began to tell the people this parable. A man planted a vineyard and let it out to tenants and went into another country for a long while. When the time came, he sent a servant to the tenants so that they would give him some of the fruit of the vineyard. But the tenants beat him and sent him away empty-handed. And he sent another servant, but they also beat and treated him shamefully, and sent him away empty-handed. And he sent yet a third. This one also they wounded and cast out. Then the owner of the vineyard said, what shall I do? I will send my beloved son. Perhaps they will respect him. But when the tenants saw him, they said to themselves, this is the heir. Let us kill him so that the inheritance may be ours. And they threw him out of the vineyard and killed him. What then will the owner of the vineyard do to them? He will come and destroy those tenants and give the vineyard to others. Well, when they heard this, they said, surely not. But he looked at them, he looked directly at them and said, what then is this that is written? The stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Everyone who falls on that stone will be broken to pieces, and when it falls on anyone, it will crush him. So when we look at this, the scribes and the chief priests aren't very happy, and they are ready to haul him away because they know that this is spoken against them. Here's the thing that it's just really important for us to understand. In Jesus' closing days, he was fairly confrontive. In his closing days, he didn't pull any punches. But on the other hand, in his closing days, he also was loving and compassionate and present and trying to teach the people and to call them to accept him. So what are we to do with this passage? Well, it's similar to many other passages that we've come to and that we have talked about. And that is, what are you going to do with Jesus? This is the single most important question that we can answer for ourselves or that we can ask anyone else. The stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. The Jewish people rejected their Messiah, but he has become the cornerstone. He's become the chief stone, the keystone, the most important stone. And if we will submit to him, then we will have everlasting life. But if we refuse him, if we reject him, then we will be crushed by him. I know that's harsh, perhaps, but these are not my words. Remember, this is what Jesus says. So today, as you walk, just remember that Jesus is the most important thing in your life and in the life of anybody you know. Jesus and what we do with him matters. We need to make sure that we are presenting our world with Jesus, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the chief cornerstone, the one whom we must make a decision about. Well, I pray that you have accepted him as your Savior and Lord, and I pray that your life then is lived in faithfulness and devotion to him. And I pray that through your faithful, devoted life, those that you know and love will come to know and love Jesus as well. God bless you as you walk with Jesus today.